On the outskirts of Guelph, I've found a culinary hotspot that I am totally in love with, and I hope you fall in love with it too, because everything I could absolutely want is here under one roof. Taste Fine Foods in Guelph. Let's check it out. So Paul, where did your passion for food come from?
That's a funny one because my parents built a house behind my Nona's house, and I used to walk to my Nona's through her garden every day and have lunch at her place. And that's where I can remember her making chicken soup from scratch, and I remember I would get a cup of coffee as a little kid with just a little bit of coffee, a bunch of milk and sugar, and I'd get a day-old bun on the oven, and that's my first memories of really enjoying food.
Has any of your world travels influenced how you cook today?
Huge, of course. I mean, when I worked in Italy, you know, I really learned how basic Italian food is and how good it is. It's freshness, it's quality. I worked in Germany as well, and there I learned a lot of things about sausages and meats and charcuterie.
What are some of the charcuterie type things that you have in your place?
Last summer we started to make sausages, and they flew out the door. We had people coming in all summer. I was at a friend of a friend of a friend who said your sausage was good, and we couldn't keep up the whole summer. So we have a process in place this year, hopefully, so we can have sausages all summer long. We have a blue cheese sausage, cheddar chipotle sausage. We have a mild Italian and a spicy.
Tell me about your place. What sort of things do you do here?
Well, we're kind of just located right on the outskirts of Guelph. So we have this kind of French country theme. I have a gourmet food store with all kinds of prepared foods, all ready to go. All you have to do is heat and serve. And then we cater, of course. And I have the chef's table that's available to rent. And I also do cooking classes here.
And I notice a lot of baked goods as well. You make those in-house?
Of course, yeah. We make cream puffs, eclairs, butter tarts, carrot cake.
What part of the business really gets you super excited?
When someone comes in again and say, you know, oh, I had this chicken dish or this curry and it's amazing, it's the best I've ever had, and all I have to do is just heat it up. And you know, we try to use local produce and meats, of course. There's no additives, no preservatives, it's just real food.
Hey everybody, I am back here with Paul Pinorello, who is the executive chef and mastermind behind this whole enterprise. And I'm excited to learn a few tricks from you. You're going to show us something Italian,
yes,
ethnic, something close to your heart, obviously.
Yes.
But before we get into that, I just want to ask you a little bit about some of the products that you have here. What are some of the things that you make that is on your menu, either through catering or perhaps on your store shelves, that you make and you're really passionate about and you're really proud of?
We have a fire roasted salsa, artichoke dip with pesto in it.
Okay.
So what I've done is products that are out there, and I've just tried to think, how can I improve on this?
Yes.
What would make this really pop? By roasting tomatoes first,
yes,
I'm just boosting the flavor, right? And then we drain them and make the salsa from that.
I can only imagine how wonderful that tastes. I'm gonna have to find out later, you know that.
Oh, yes, you can, of course.
All right, show me some of where you came from. Show me some of where you started here. I'd like to see this.
So when I was asked to do a demo, I thought something basic and easy. And when I was in Europe, I learned this, and it's just a bruschetta. And it's a plain one, and nobody seems to do it here, but yet it's amazing. It tastes great.
I find bruschetta is something that's supposed to be very simple, because simple sometimes is best. But you're right, it's really doctored up in this part of the world.
Yes, it is, definitely.
Okay, show us how you do it.
Okay, so you just start with some bread. Often a heavier bread or some kind of farmer bread, you know. So I have like a sourdough here, which is a little bit heavier. So I'm just going to put them in the oven. Now, unfortunately, we aren't in Italy yet, so we don't have beautiful ripe tomatoes. I'll put that in a bowl. Okay, and then the next step is fresh basil, which I have in my garden outside here as well.
Fresh herbs from the garden. You cannot beat that.
And when you work in Italy, you walk out the door and there's a forest of herbs.
Yes.
So one thing with the basil is if you're not gonna cook it,
Yep.
you shouldn't chop it yet with a knife.
Okay.
I always tear it by hand.
Avoids bruising it.
Exactly. Extra virgin olive oil, salt and pepper.
Very important.
And I'm just gonna mix that up.
Beautiful.
Bread's ready, nice and toasted. You can see it.
Smells good.
So I just took a garlic clove, cut it in half, right? And you can actually hear it. It's gonna rub
Oh yeah, scraping
the
sound.
fresh garlic right on that hot bread.
You can smell it.
Can't you smell it?
Oh yeah.
Isn't it incredible?
The heat of the bread is basically making it kind of roasted right away.
And just top it with the fresh.
That's
like
pretty
that.
authentic looking to me.
And if it falls off, just let it stay where it fell. A little more olive oil drizzled on top.
Paul, this looks amazing, and I bet you it tastes sublime, and I can't wait to try this. Thank you so much for having us here.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. This is sophisticated and yet very convenient, beautiful food made from scratch and with lots of love here at Taste Fine Foods in Guelph.